ChapalaWellness.com.
Hello and welcome to ChapalaWellness.com. I would like to introduce Gillian Smith, a shamanic energy healer who works all around the world. She trains people and writes books and much, much more. Jill, can you tell us about your special gift and what it is you do?
Yeah, sure. So I practice shamanic energy healing, and as well, I give a kind of my own spin on it to whatever whatever comes through from the energy. So I always maintain that I hold that sacred space for the person in a session. So when someone comes to me and we're going through an energy healing session, I always say I step out of the way and hold that sacred space for you to heal. And what comes through, I'm able to listen and hear what the energy is saying. I get shown where energy blockages are within the energy field and what's causing the dis-ease with that person. So I really do see into the energy, and it's an amazing gift to have where you can read it and relay it just as how it is shown to me. I never ever put my own spin on it because that is just, the energy explaining to me what is going on and what has to be unblocked or what needs to be looked at during this session.
And would it be fair to say that the majority of the work that you do is helping people release the trauma that is stuck within them? And is the trauma a major problem for people with blocking energy within the body?
Yeah, definitely. Because energy is in absolutely everything. Everything is energy. So for the longest time, hundreds of years, we have not delved into energy healing as much as we are now because, it was a forgotten practice or it was deliberately taken away from us. So going back, training with the shamans who have worked with energy for centuries, they get to explain and show what that energy does when we hold on to it. So with energy, light, dark, we all have that. But when we go through an experience or a trauma that we hold on to, and as humans, we do like to hold on to our stories. And so when we hold on to that, it causes heavy energy within our field, within our chakras, within our physical body too, because there's no separation. So that energy being held onto, that heavy energy, blocks any of that energy coming through our bodies to help us move, to help us heal, anything like that. So when we have that stuck heavy energy, we become diseased, out of balance. And that is the problem that we're seeing now over hundreds of years, people being out of balance. And people are starting to wake up to not just having modern medicine as the go-to, because there's something deeper with us, much, much deeper. And that is our connection with God, with energy, with each other, anything.
Now, over several years now, you've been receiving images that are symbols, and you have now been developing these symbols into cards because these symbols have a lot of meaning energetically. Can you tell us about these cards that you're developing?
Yeah, yeah. So for quite a few years now, I've been given downloads, symbols, sacred codes from the ether. And, many years ago, the ether was an element and it was on the periodic table as well, but it's vanished. And a lot of the modern scientists now believe that the ether doesn't exist. It's a mythical kind of thing that is floating around. But when we actually delve into the ether, we see that everything is the ether. The ancient Greeks looked at the ether as the elixir of life. They even had a god called Ether, and the, the ether settles high above in the sky, where it's that beautiful blue color. So it's the pure, pure air that we breathe. And so these sacred codes belong to the ether and they help us connect to the ether again. Not that we've ever lost connection, but we've just forgotten how to do it. We've been deprogrammed to believe anything inside of us that's connected on the outside. So the ether really helps us heal, helps us connect better. Everything in our daily lives getting us back into balance. And so when the ether presented me these sacred codes, I was led to develop them into oracle cards and use them for people to regain their power. As well as being out of balance, one of the other main reasons is people are suffering is because we gave our power away a long time ago. So these cards help empower the people to bring their healing, bring their energy back to them, and really kind of empower them in such a way that they can heal themselves.
Now, over the years, I know yourself, you've personally struggled with understanding what some of these energies and messages have meant, especially when you were a child. And it's been a lifelong journey so far, bringing yourself to the point of where you have mastered and been able to apply this with helping people heal, and certainly the work that you've done. But one thing that you did recognize was the fact that you are not the only person really not understanding how these energies are affecting you and how you can apply them and work with them. And is it true that you've now written a book which is there to help people understand what it is they're going through and help them achieve the goals that they should be achieving with the very special skill sets that they have? Can you give us a brief outline of what this book does?
Yeah. So the book, it's still in development and it'll be ready for print soon. But what I've noticed on my journey of waking up, of who I truly am, going back to my childhood, the gifts that I had that I buried for so long, and this book is about going back to basics, because what I found reading books from, I don't know, spiritual gurus, experts in the field, whatever. They were always writing from their level of awakening, their level of spirituality. And it kind of gave me, and I know a lot of other people, it just kind of went over their head, and it kind of hindered their journey rather than helping it, because it's like, oh my gosh, why wasn't I awake to this? Why didn't I see this earlier? Why aren't I at that level of awakening spirituality now? um, so this book helps again to bring that power back to you. It gives insights of what I went through, of what others have gone through, but it's always at our basic level. Even though there's nothing basic about us, it is about understanding and being able to process this journey, this waking, this spiritual, this energy, this help that we're receiving, this support that we're going to go into, this new kind of energy. It's all about being able to dissect it in small pieces and understand it and absorb it in a way where you're like, oh, I'm not going crazy. I can see what's going on here. I can kind of understand that, until you kind of get further on your journey, and then you'll be able to process more advanced works, and start from there, so you don't feel as helpless.
We're absolutely blessed to have such incredible talent here at Lake Chapala. Many thanks for talking about your incredible work, and we hope to see more from you in the future. Thanks again, Gillian Smith
Thank
from
you.
Sacred Energy Healing.
Thank you.